Welcome to the Obesity Matters Wellness Workshop, where we embark on an incredible journey together towards better health and wellness. So, if this is your first time or you have actually been with us for since the beginning, which was a while ago now, we're so grateful that you're here. My name is Rachel. I'm the Vice Chair of Obesity Matters, and I am your host for this year-long program, which is almost over, but not to fear. Today's topic is Savor the Season, Fall Flavors, and Mindful Eating. And we have a special appearance from our very own Jen Hynes, who will be sharing her simple tips for mindful eating. Also, as part of this session, as I mentioned, it's about fall flavors, and we have the wonderful Aesha Karunakaran back joining us. So Aesha, many people may have already met you, but did you want to share a little something with yourself, about yourself, before we dive into all the wonderful treats for today?
Of course. Hi, welcome everyone. My name is Aesha. I'm the creator of Protein Milkshake, and you can find us on Instagram at Protein Milkshake. And we are live on our Instagram channel, and we're going to be making healthy fall breakfast, lunch, dinner, and dessert recipes to help you enjoy the best flavors of the season without giving up your favorite treats and still achieving all your health goals. So really excited for today's menu, and we'll have a free gift for you with all the recipes after the show. So make sure you stay on to get that free gift. We're gonna make a weight loss or breakfast pumpkin muffin that's high protein, zero sugar. And the best part, you don't need a microwave, and it's single serve. All you're gonna wanna do is grab your bowl. The first ingredient you're gonna add is 1 scoop of protein milkshake. This is just an all natural whey protein that's going to give you 22 grams of protein and 0 sugar. And it's 110 calories and 3 grams of carbs per serving. So if you don't have a microwave, you can put it at 350 for 8 to 10 minutes in the oven. So there's always an oven swap that's really easy for this recipe, so just put it in the oven at 350 for 8 to 10 minutes. Then you're gonna go in with 2 tablespoons of pancake mix. You can use any pancake mix that you want. So if you're gluten-free, use a gluten-free pancake mix. If you are keto, use a keto pancake mix. It doesn't matter. Any pancake mix you want, that's all you're gonna need. And then, of course, we're going in with pumpkin. So pumpkin is not just amazing flavor-wise, it's got a ton of fiber. So 1 serving of pumpkin is only 30 calories, and it's got 3 grams of fiber. So pumpkin is actually an excellent superfood. And so we're gonna go in with 3 tablespoons of pumpkin. And then we're going in with 3 tablespoons of pumpkin. And if you have pumpkin pie spice or cinnamon, you're gonna add that in. Again, cinnamon is great for blood sugar control, so another superfood. And then we're just gonna go in with Greek yogurt. That is the recipe. So there we go. You see how quickly that batter turned out. Then I'm just gonna take a mug or a bowl, whatever you have, and then you're just gonna grab some spray oil and put that in there. I'm just gonna take a paper towel and spread that around. So then you're just gonna take that batter and put it into your mug or bowl. If you have like a mini loaf pan, you can make this into a pumpkin bread. You can pretty much make this batter into whatever you feel like. So now that the batter is in, we're just gonna go ahead and microwave this. Okay, now while that is cooking, we're gonna make the frosting. And this is like, it's gonna taste like a cream cheese cheesecake frosting. So all you need for that is 1 scoop of cupcake batter, and then I'm going in with about 2/3 cup cottage cheese, and I have this cottage cheese blended. So here is our pumpkin muffin. This is under 300 calories. It's about 295 calories and 40 grams of protein. So something that's a really great option if you're on the go, you're traveling, you don't have time to cook, is to make a protein snack plate. A protein snack plate is essentially taking a bunch of different little snacks and putting it together. So you hit your goal of 40 grams of protein, which is great. Here is an example of a snack plate. And I don't know if you can see the picture, but we're gonna build this little snack plate out together.
We've got 2 boiled eggs here. Again, you can dress it up or dress it down. We are just going to cut it and arrange it like this. I should see how the picture looks.
Something we love to do on the eggs is everything bagel seasoning. I don't know if you have that, but this is like a great little hack. Then we have some veggies, and what we're doing on top of the veggies is we just made some, you can make chicken salad or tuna salad.
So for the chicken salad, what we did was add low-fat Greek yogurt, some celery. I like adding some Dijon mustard because it gives it that little zing. Salt and pepper and anything else. Oh, and I added some chopped green onions in it too. You can add dill, you can add cilantro, whatever. So it's just a nice way to have it with on top of cucumbers. Or what Aesha was suggesting is we could even do it in terms of like a celery boat.
With the celery and carrots, we're getting a ton of fiber. So again, we're focusing always on protein, but fiber is just as important and oftentimes forgotten. Yeah, we've got the fiber, and then we're gonna add some healthy fats, right? With a few olives.
Yeah.
Now, what my mom is also gonna add is, for a sweet treat, of course, some chopped apples. And now you can imagine how filling this would actually be to get through this entire plate, right? Like, this is a lot of food, and this is what we call volume eating. That frosting, that cheesecake frosting that I made for the muffin in the morning actually is an amazing dip.
And I think this can be any time of the day or night. Whoever spoke about cravings and night eating, this is a nice medley. And so easy to make.
We are gonna do, instead of egg rolls, which I love, we are going to be making homemade egg roll in a bowl. These are the ingredients. So you're just going to grab a bag of coleslaw. That's going to be our base, okay? The bag of coleslaw. And we're going to stir fry that. We just have some ground chicken or turkey that we just stir fried with some
onions, garlic, and ginger, and a little bit of soy sauce.
So this is our egg roll filling. Then we just have some green onions and cilantro. So essentially what my mom is doing back here is she's just gonna saute
in sesame oil.
You can get liquid aminos or you can get tamari, and that will be a great substitute for soy sauce. So it's like low to no sodium. There we go.
You could add some strips of eggs too, like you can scramble some eggs, so literally to make it, because right now it's got no eggs, it's just egg roll in a bowl. But if you want to add eggs, what we do sometimes is just make like a thin omelet and then cut it into strips, put those strips on top. So instead of having those fried wrap, you can just put those egg strips or even just scrambled eggs on top, so it becomes a complete meal.
And this would be around 300 calories because other than the lean ground beef, there's nothing that has calories in here.
Just a bit of sesame.
I'm ready for dessert. I was thinking of having a pumpkin cheesecake for dessert. A pumpkin cheesecake, but 40 grams of protein and 0 sugar. So here's a little hack. You don't have to use this. One shell is only 80 calories. One shell has only 3 grams of sugar. So you don't have to use this. I'll show you how to make the pumpkin cheesecake without it. But I just thought this would have been so good for breakfast, lunch, and snack. We have calories banked that we can have a little pie crust for dessert. So we have our pie crust, totally optional. Now let's make our cheesecake filling.
Back with the cottage cheese. Same pumpkin.
Okay, that's it. It's a 3-4 ingredient recipe. This is how we're gonna make it. We're gonna go in with 2/3 cup of blended cottage cheese. So that's about 20 grams of protein. Then we're gonna go in with 1 scoop protein milkshake again. So this is naturally sweetened with monk fruit and stevia. So it acts as a sweetener as well as your protein, okay? So we don't have to worry about adding protein. And then you're gonna add 2 to 3 tablespoons of the pumpkin right in here. And then you're just gonna go in with your pie spice, okay? So this is gonna be, this will thicken, and then what you can do is, if you're not using the pie cups, you don't have to use the pie cups, but this will thicken also if you keep it in the freezer for about half an hour. So it'll get into like a really nice thick cheesecake consistency. Right now it will be kind of like a mousse. Yes, that is pumpkin puree. And then you're just gonna take the filling. And so this filling, you don't have to put it in the cups. Yeah, you can add a bit more pumpkin. Then you're just gonna take the pumpkin batter, put it into your little pie cups. And if you're not using the pie cups, you can just spoon this. Or if you have some graham cracker, you can just take some graham cracker. You can do a bit of graham cracker on top to give it that cheesecake taste. To add a tiny bit of Cool Whip. So Cool Whip is not the healthiest. You can use whipped cream if you want. So there will be no sugar spike, because I mean, if you add the whipped cream, there's sugar, but you don't even need the tart. You can just use the filling. Right?
Well, also this is also portion control, because instead of having a big slice of pie, I'm just having a little bit here, right? So it's a sort of portion control if you do want that treat.
Yeah, that's a day of eating. We got 100 grams of protein. We're only at about 1,200 calories with 100 grams of protein. But we got to eat all the things we crave, and we still made our protein goal and stayed within a healthy calorie range.
Thank you so much, ladies. This was so inspiring. I've even got like so many other ideas about what I want to do. And I'm really looking forward to that cookbook, Aesha. That's going to be super helpful and inspiring. Jen, I know you wanted to share with us some tips for mindful eating, which is going to be so helpful when we've got all these treats. And like I said, I just want to gorge the egg roll with my fork. So like, tell us, what are some tips for mindful eating, and maybe even share with us, what is mindful eating?
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Rachel. And Aesha and Priti, wow, what amazing recipes. The versatility of everything that you shared today is fantastic. And I think there's so many ways that you can switch things up, enhance it a little bit. And the thing that I really love is leaning into the mindful eating. Mindful eating is not a diet or a set of rules. It's about paying attention to your body, your food, and the experience of eating with curiosity and without judgment. So one of the things that's really helpful when you're focusing on mindful eating, which is a practice, and it doesn't always come easily, when you allow yourself an opportunity to create a pause between a thought and an action, that's really what mindfulness is and what mindful eating is all about. You know, recognizing some of your hunger and fullness cues as well. How do you know if you're hungry? What does that actually feel like in your body? It's not just about, well, I just woke up in the morning and I haven't eaten in several hours, so I must be hungry. Or it's noon and that's when I'm supposed to eat lunch, and so I must be hungry. What does it actually feel like in your body? How do you know that you're hungry? What are the sensations you're getting in your stomach? You might have a headache. You might notice that you're a little bit jittery. When you start to recognize and pause, to sense and to notice what you're feeling, then all of a sudden you can start to allow yourself choice. And you can start to make more informed choices when you know what your body is experiencing, as well as fullness cues. You know, if you drink 4 full glasses of water, one after another, you're going to be full. You will start to notice what that feels like in your body. You still could be hungry, but now you're recognizing what fullness is. So when you're able to notice what hunger is, and we often use in mindful eating training a scale. So on a scale of 1 to 5, often is what we use when we're getting started, or a scale of 1 to 10, 10 or 5 being the absolute maximum. I'm ravenous, I'm starving, my body is jittery, my stomach is empty and gurgling, or 0 or 1, which is I'm just not hungry at all. What would a 2 feel like? What would a 7 feel like? So when you can start to pause and recognize this before you're eating, during your meals, and after your meals, then you can start to recognize in those moments when Maybe you're wanting something. You could be in an emotional state where you're feeling stressed out and you want to lean towards food. Maybe you're not hungry. Maybe you're able to start recognizing, okay, I want to eat that thing, but I'm actually not hungry. It's more of an emotional trigger or a cue that's coming up there. So paying attention to the experience, the taste, the texture, the smell, like I was mentioning, look at the plate, look at all of the colors that Aesha incorporated into the meals that she prepared today. When you pause before you eat something and you look at the plate, you look at the snack, you look at the meal and all the colors and recognizing what it looks like on the plate and the taste of it, it really starts to create a different level of awareness when you're eating. And you might surprise yourself if you allow yourself to pause and have the first bite slowly. You may actually find that some foods are not as enjoyable as you think they are. And that's another area of awareness. You may find some foods are far more pleasurable or less pleasurable if you allow yourself the opportunity to slow down a little bit.
Thank you so much, Jen. I really appreciate that. That is such a helpful reminder for all of us. Aesha and Priti, that was incredible. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. And remember that our journey towards better health and wellness is not a solitary one. In fact, we are all here to support and uplift one another. See you next time.